Mortality. Why thinking about death helps you live. Most people avoid thinking about death. It is considered taboo, frightening, or too grim to discuss. In reality, awareness of death is not an invitation to depression, but a tool to clarify priorities. Stoic philosophers called it memento mori, remember that you will die. Not to scare you, but to remind you that time is limited and therefore valuable. Research in psychology shows that light exposure to mortality awareness actually makes people appreciate life more, focus on meaningful relationships, and become less trapped in superficial matters. So, how can thinking about death help you live better? 1. An automatic filter for trivial things. Without awareness of death, it is easy to get trapped in everyday drama. People's comments, office gossip, small mistakes. Everything feels huge. But when you remember that one day all of this will end, your priorities shift naturally. Death becomes an automatic filter that clears life of trivial things, leaving only what truly matters. Will this problem matter in the bigger picture of your life? Will it matter in 10 years? Or even next year? With this filter, it becomes easier to let go of things that do not deserve your energy. Awareness of mortality helps you distinguish between what is urgent and what is truly important. 2. An antidote to the fear of failure. What is the worst thing that could happen if you fail? You die. That will happen someday anyway. So why be so afraid? Awareness of death is one of the most powerful antidotes to the fear of failure, rejection, or embarrassment. People who are aware of mortality tend to take steps others hesitate to take, leaving boring jobs, starting businesses, confessing love, or pursuing dreams they once postponed. Not because they are reckless, but because they know time is limited and do not want to waste it protecting a false sense of comfort. Remembering that time is limited often makes courage easier than regret. 3. A mirror that reveals what truly matters. Money can be earned again. Health can sometimes be restored. Broken relationships can be repaired. But time that has passed will never return. Awareness of death acts like a mirror that forces you to ask, with whom is this time being spent? What is your energy being used for? Does this activity deserve a place in the limited time you have left? This is not meant to create panic, but awareness that every moment is a choice, and choices always carry consequences. This mirror never lies. Mortality reminds you that time is the only resource that cannot be replenished. 4. An alarm that wakes you from autopilot. Many people live their lives like machines. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Without realizing it, years pass without truly living. Awareness of death acts like an alarm that wakes you from autopilot mode. It reminds you that life is happening now, not someday later. That happiness cannot always be postponed until retirement, because retirement might never arrive. This alarm encourages you to be more present, more aware, and more capable of enjoying the small moments you might otherwise miss. 5. An invitation to make peace before it is too late. One of the greatest regrets people have at the end of life is unresolved relationships. Words left unsaid, apologies delayed, love never expressed. Awareness of death is an invitation not to postpone these things any longer. If there is a relationship that needs healing, do it now. If there is someone you need to forgive or ask forgiveness from, do not wait. Because the greatest regrets rarely come from what you did, but from what you never did. And that invitation may not come twice. The point is, thinking about death does not mean living in fear. In fact, it is an invitation to live more fully, right now. Death is the boundary that gives shape to life, like a frame that gives meaning to a painting. Without limits, life would feel chaotic and meaningless. With limits, every stroke becomes valuable.